M. Night Shyamalan returns with his new film starring both Jaden and Will Smith. Has he made his 6th bad movie in a row? Well, we'll find out. It's why we're here. It's why we're here.
Big, warm, fuzzy secret hearts, cold monkey like you.
Welcome back to Filmmaster Reviews. I'm Adam J. What happened to M. Night Shyamalan? And I mean it. Really, what happened to him? In 1999, he scored a big hit with The Sixth Sense, and then 1 year later scored another big hit in the form of one of my all-time favorite superhero films, Unbreakable. I mean, at one point in time, M. Night seemed to have a promising career ahead of him. Then he released an atrocious little film called Signs, and it was all downhill from there. Seriously, I don't care who disagrees with me, Signs fucking sucked. The same can easily be said for the rest of his filmography that followed. The Village, The Happening, Lady in the Water, The Last Airbender, all of them were complete shit. So now, his newest film, After Earth, has been released to the public. Not only that, but being that the director seems to only have a fan base of maybe, 5 at this point, the studios even got the idea to not promote this as an M. Night Shyamalan film. Instead, it was promoted as a sci-fi flick that just happens to have Will Smith and his son Jaden starring in it. The only way you're gonna know that M. Night Shyamalan directed this film is if you go on the internet and look it up, or just happen to glance at the poster. So, that being said, how bad is After Earth? Well, pretty bad, but not that bad. I've certainly seen worse from M. Night Shyamalan, and I've certainly seen worse from Will Smith. After Earth is nothing great, but nothing terrible. The film stars Jaden Smith as teenager Katai Rage, who lives on a distant planet 1,000 years in the future. Katai's goal is to become a ranger like his father, played by, who else, Will Smith. His father, Cypher Rage, is a legendary general, who is the best at what he does. You see, humans left Earth 1,000 years ago when it became uninhabitable. When they did this, humans found another planet to live on, but were quickly attacked by aliens who unleashed a new threat called Ursas, creatures who can literally smell your fear and use it to track and kill you. Cypher was the first soldier to perfect what the film calls ghosting, a technique that extinguishes all the fear in the human body so that the Ursas could not see him coming. Anyway, after failing over and over to become a ranger, Katai and Cypher take a journey together and wind up crashing on Earth, where the temperatures drop rapidly, the terrains are worse than ever, and the creatures of the planet have evolved to kill humans. With his father's legs being broken and no way to signal for help, Katai must now take a perilous journey to retrieve the distress beacon at the tail end of their ship, if they are to escape alive. If Katai is to survive, he must learn his father's lesson that danger may be real, but fear is a choice. Now, I will be honest about something. I actually like the story behind this movie. I do. I really do. The story is actually damn good, and in a time where we're mostly just getting sequels, reboots, and adaptations, it was nice to see an original sci-fi story being told on screen. I will also say this about it. The film looks gorgeous. The set designs in the film are just breathtaking. Now, not all the CG is good. Sometimes it looks good, other times it just looks like crap. I mean, I haven't seen CG this uneven since the rise of Cobra. But when it looked good, it looked damn good. So I'll give credit where credit is due.
Katai! Katai, you've got incoming. Do you copy? You've got incoming.
A big problem with this film is just its execution. Parts of the film that aren't that important just drag, and the parts that you would like to go on for a bit don't last very long. The best way to describe the whole film is actually the way I just described the CG. It's uneven. I mean, come on, the CG's uneven, the direction's uneven, even the writing's uneven. Sometimes these things are good, other times they're fucking crap. But the biggest problem with this film, and I wish I was making this up, is actually the performances from Will and Jaden. Both of them are incredibly flat and unconvincing in their roles. Will Smith was the king of cool, and now he's being forced to play a flat, unemotional asshat. Jaden, who I really liked in the Karate Kid remake, doesn't do very good here at all. Throughout the whole film, Jaden either overacts the dialogue he's given or underacts it. Either way, he fails to sell himself as the character.
You did your best. You have nothing more to prove. Now return to the ship.
What was your mistake? Trusting me? Depending on me, thinking that I could do this?
Now I'm giving you an order to turn around and return to this ship.
You wouldn't give any other ranger that order!
You are not a ranger. And I'm giving you that order.
Now, some of the adventurous scenes, like the bird rescue, the Ursa battle, and the sky jump, went a long way in keeping me entertained, while other scenes just dragged on forever and damn near put me to sleep. There was also a subplot about how Katai hates himself because he couldn't save his older sister from an Ursa, and how Cypher resents his son for not saving his sister, even though Katai was only like 6 at the time this happened. I don't know. It really doesn't make a lot of sense, and is only there to try and get some cheap sentiment from the audience. Just gonna say, nice try, didn't work. So in the end, yes, M. Night Shyamalan has made his 6th bad movie in a row. But, just gonna say it, this is probably one of his better movies, guys. I mean, out of all of his bad films, After Earth is by far the least bad. The Happening, Lady in the Water, The Last Airbender, Signs, and The Village all had one thing in common. They were ungodly boring. While parts of After Earth were bad and others were downright awful, this film was a lot more entertaining than any of those films. Unlike any of them, at least After Earth can be classified as entertainingly bad. So yeah, the film wasn't very good, but it wasn't terrible either. After Earth is an original sci-fi film with a very interesting premise and good ideas, but it never lives up to its potential. It was very obvious watching this that M. Night Shyamalan was really trying to make something great. Sadly, it never even comes close to reaching that ambition. Yeah, you may be entertained by it in some areas. Yeah, it has good ideas. Yeah, if someone wanted to rent it from Redbox and give it a watch, I couldn't see the harm. But at the end of the day, After Earth is just a forgettable dud. I'll give it points for its original story and its lavish set designs, but that's pretty much all it has going for it. After Earth gets a final rating of 2 out of 5 stars. Not M. Night's best, but certainly not his worst.
We must abort this mission.
You wouldn't give any other ranger that order!
You are not a ranger. You are my son. Remember, danger is very real. But fear is a choice. If we are going to survive this, we fight.